Good evening. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners. Today is April 10th, 2014. It is 7 o'clock. Well, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Jack, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Egan.
Present.
Commissioner Heidi.
Here.
Commissioner Ori.
Here.
Commissioner Todd.
Here.
Commissioner Young.
Here.
Vice President Riley.
Here.
President Janner absent.
We have no awards of recognition this evening. Is that correct? And do we have anyone signed up to speak?
Yes, one speaker, Mr. George Bennett.
Welcome, George. If you could just introduce yourself and say your address and try to limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Vice President Riley. Good evening, Executive Director McGurry and members of the Park District Board of Commissioners. I'm George Bennett. I'm here tonight as the president of the West Street Green Space Preservation Coalition, P.O. Box 84, Naperville 60566. Now, considering the name of our group, it really shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone here or anyone listening that a vast majority of our members were deeply saddened to see Sportsman's Woods cut down. However, we are very optimistic about the future. In February, when Executive Director McGurry went before the Cultural Advisory Commission, the commission that advises the City Council on how to award SECA funds, he told a Naperville Sun reporter, quote, about Sportsman's Park, quote, "It's a cultural amenity. It's something that was part of the Carolyn Martin Mitchell gift to the community." We could not agree more. And we also believe that in the future, the focal part of Sportsman's Park should remain the Naperville Park District's trap shooting program. Now, I've read RAP 2, the Remedial Action Plan Phase 2. As approved by the IEPA, the document does not obligate the landowners nor the Naperville Park District to any particular restoration of the site. This is not surprising because after a letter of no further remediation is issued, the burden of Sportsman's restoration will rest on this board and or the City Council as landowners. Now, the plan released in February is a fine blueprint for the future, but we believe the plan is lacking in one key area: trees. Much of the 17 acres currently being remediated were heavily wooded just a few months ago. At a recent meeting of my organization's board, all of us thought that 150 trees in the current plan was insufficient to restore and provide the buffer needed for the success of the existing programs. I decided to do a little research, and I looked to a state that knows quite a bit about forestry and sustainable forestry, Oregon. According to the Oregon Department of Forestry, reforestation requires 100 to 200 trees per acre, depending on the species of the tree and the productivity of the land. Doing some simple math and remembering the land affected by Phase 1 of the Sportsman's Park remediation project, there are at least 20 acres currently affected that need to be restored. Even if half of these acres were devoted to the new trap range and grassland, that leaves 10 acres that we would like to see restored to the woodland that we have just lost. Using the lower end of the reforestation estimate, 100 trees per acre for 10 acres, that's 1,000 trees, not 150 trees. So tonight, on behalf of my organization, I'm asking this board to direct staff to incorporate a larger number of trees into the restoration plan for Sportsman's Park. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Thank you. Next, we have updates and reports. The first report will be from the Carillon Foundation. Bill Egan. Commissioner Egan.
The Carillon Commission Foundation met this morning, and the main subject area was the 4th of July and getting up there for the fireworks. We're starting to debate how we'll go about and sell tickets or how that will happen this year.
Thank you. Next, we have the Finance Committee update. Commissioner Ori.
Thank you. The Finance Committee met yesterday. It reviewed the February 28, 2014 Treasurer's Report, and that's on the agenda for this evening. It also reviewed the equalized assessed valuation recent history. The district's EAV for 2013 tax year is expected to decrease by 2.49%. The third item of a short meeting was an update of the 2013 audit, and staff noted that the district audit is almost complete and the audit went very smoothly. In addition to a clean audit opinion, there were no adjustments or management letter comments related to operation, which is a very good report.
Thank you. Next item is the Parks and Recreation Committee update, which I would deliver. The Parks and Recreation Committee met March 21st, 2014. First item, Director Schutz provided the committee with a draft of the 10-year capital overview plan. The Parks and Rec Committee recommended project positioning changes for discussion with the entire Park Board on March 27th with the following additional proposals: the Burlington Park Trail Connection 2016, removal of the Country Lakes Dog Run area in 2017, and installation of sidewalks at Kendall Park in 2016. That possibly might use some brightly colored recycled rubber, which does not retain as much heat. Director Schutz distributed information concerning the development of the Knock Park Central Maintenance Facility. Williams Architect has submitted a proposal extending the scope of services for the project with a total cost of $7.8 million. Director Schutz recommended developing a change order for inclusion of the proposal, which the committee supports. Regarding the Activity Center, Director Schutz advised that when the Park District approved the contract with Williams Architects for the Activity Center, it was known that there would be additional work services required for the project. So there are two ways to handle the execution of the services: incorporation of the services into the architectural contract through utilization of a change order, or staff solicitation of quotes for all the services, and staff would therefore manage all of the contracts. The Parks and Rec Committee supports the plan to incorporate the additional services needed for the Activity Center into the contract with Williams Architects, which can be executed by means of a change order. The next topic was the Idea Gardens Pavilion. Commissioner Ori shared that he is aware of possible grant opportunities which the Park District might be able to take advantage of in the future. Commissioner Ori is one of the master gardeners who have created Idea Gardens at the community garden plots for the Park District. Various ideas were discussed to provide signage that would have interactive data linked to a fact sheet or database. So staff was directed to meet, determine the scope of the work, and report back to the committee with an update. Director Wilson at that time provided the committee with an update on recreation items, including frozen fields that couldn't be prepped yet, 12 inches of ice preventing the draining of Centennial Beach, and frozen water lines at the Riverwalk Eatery. So real upbeat report there. Lynette Houle has been working on recruiting volunteers for the Adopt the Field program that was introduced by President Janner. There has been outreach to residents concerning Adopt a Field or park for Gardner Park, Harris Faywall, and Wildflower Park. Willoway, Pembroke, and May Watts have also been identified as possible sites. And an open house for the ADA transition plan was conducted. No input was received, however. The ADA transition plan binders and reports will remain available for community members to view at the planning department. And then finally, a person who wants to buy property behind Seeger Park with the objective of placing a gate in the existing chain link fence on the property between the Park District and the private Naperville properties. The Park District owns the fence. The individual would pay for everything to have the gate installed. So after consulting with our legal counsel, Dirk Price, the option recommended by staff is a license agreement. The next meeting of the committee will be Friday, April 18th at 10:30 a.m. in the Administration Building Boardroom. Next report is the Golf Committee report. Commissioner Todd.
The Golf Committee met March 24th. We reviewed the February revenues and expenses. Both ranges are presently open, both courses are open, and the simulators are down. It's been a slower start than previous years, but with some good weather in April and May, we can be right back on track. We reviewed the 3-year golf financial plan. Golf is now a special revenue fund. It's no longer an enterprise fund, and as discussed at our workshop, we intend to keep a $1 million fund balance in there, and anything that's over the $1 million at the end of the year will go into the capital budget. At Naperbrook, the weekend of March 29th and 30th at Naperbrook, the public had an opportunity to review new furniture choices and vote on them. On Saturday, March 29th, the public was invited to sample food choices that were going to be offered at both courses. There's also going to be a new brochure for golf. The Brooks are also introducing a new GPS system. The old system served us well, but the units were breaking down and it was not possible to replace the units. So the new GPS, besides providing yardage to the greens, will also provide data back to the pro shop regarding the position on the course of each unit. This will allow the pro shop to track the carts and send out rangers if golfers are out of position regarding pace of play. We also have the ability to send messages to these units for advertising or advising when golfers are out of position. And finally, golfers at our courses should notice a facelift in our clubhouses. They've undergone a thorough cleaning. There's going to be new paint, new TVs, new furniture is due to arrive, and there will be patio renovations. At Naperbrook, the patio will have a grill and a fire pit. So come out and check out what's new at the Brooks. The next meeting for the golf committee will be April 21st, 7:30 a.m. at Springbrook.
Thank you. Unfortunately, our our board president, Rich Aaron, couldn't be here this evening. So the next item on our agenda is the executive director update from Raymond McGurry.
Thank you, Vice President Riley. The 2014 Summer Program Guide featuring Naperville Youth and Premier Soccer Fall Season registration will be delivered to Naperville doorsteps beginning Thursday, April 17th. The virtual version of this publication will be available on the Park District's website beginning on Monday, April 14th. This edition also features all of our fun summer events that you will want to get on your calendar right away. Registration for summer programs begins on Monday, April 21st at 8:30 a.m. except for fall soccer. Resident online registration for girls Naperville Youth Fall Soccer and Premier Soccer begin at noon on Tuesday, April 29th. Resident online registration for boys Naperville Youth Soccer and Premier Soccer begins at noon on Wednesday, April 30th. Please note that registration for summer camps is already in progress. Would you like to learn the great American pastime, also known as baseball? Register now for exceptional instructional programs for kids in kindergarten through high school. We offer a progressive program that includes t-ball, coach pitch, machine pitch, and girls softball. Registration is in progress. All baseball programs begin in May. The Naperville Park District wants you to be your spring fever reliever. Bring the family and join us on the Riverwalk on Saturday, May 10th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for lots of fun outdoor activities to finally celebrate the weather we've been patiently waiting for. Enjoy half-price paddleboat rides and try out our new kayak rentals. We also have hands-on nature activities, live music, and kids activities, program demonstrations, and much more. Visit our website for more details, and be sure to mark your calendar for this community-wide day of spring fun and festivities. Although the opening of Springbrook and Naperbrook were delayed, as Commissioner Todd had talked about, a bit longer this year due to the extended winter weather, both courses are now open and ready for the season. We have a great lineup of tournaments for the year, and golf lessons for kids and adults will be starting in just a couple of weeks. Now is a great time to get your Brooks Advantage card for the season. The card is a great value and will help you save on rounds, range, merchandise, and much more. Commissioner Todd already talked about some of the upgrades that have occurred and some of the things we'll be doing, and that is in direct response to the people that we've heard from over the years through our focus groups, and various people have stopped in at the club to use the course and made some suggestions. We've listened to them. We're starting with the furniture, certainly starting also with the food, the TVs, as Commissioner Todd had talked about, and we look forward to presenting these things to our customers. We think it's been long overdue for them. Lastly, with regard to golf, we will continue to focus on growing the game, particularly with youth golfers. This year's summer golf camps will be available for kids as young as 5. Previously, the minimum age was 7. We're also introducing the junior scorecard at both courses to give kids learning the game the full experience. 2014 will also be the second year of the Springbrook and Naperbrook hosting the PGA Junior League. This Little League atmosphere for youth golfers is a great way for kids with all levels of playing experience to get more practice and involvement in the game. Spots are still available at both Springbrook and Naperbrook, so please check us out at www.golfnaperville.org. After a long stretch of cold and snow we've had, it's almost hard to believe that Centennial Beach will be open next month. You wouldn't think that a couple weeks ago when you looked out my window. But yes, that's drained and they're cleaning it, and we will be open by Memorial Day. Now is the time to purchase 2014 season memberships. The early bird discount is available until May 12th at 5 p.m. Pass renewals currently may be done online at www.centennialbeach.org. If you're considering purchasing a season pass, there are 2 new perks for members this year. All 2014 members will receive a 10% discount at Centennial Grill and will have access to 2 members-only events during the month of August. A beach pass is a great value if you plan on visiting the beach several times this season. We look forward to welcoming back all of our longtime guests as well as our new visitors. Thank you.
Thank you. The next section on our agenda is the approval of the treasurer's report.
Move to approve the February 2014 Treasurers Report.
Second.
We have a motion in 2 seconds. Any discussion? Jackie, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi.
Yes.
He was louder. Commissioner Ori,
Aye.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Vice President Riley,
Yes.
President Janner absent.
Thank you. Next, we have the consent agenda. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
Move to accept consent agenda items A through O.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Jackie, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi,
Yes.
Commissioner Ori,
Aye.
Vice President Riley,
Yes.
President Janner absent.
Move to approve the consent agenda as accepted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? This is a voice vote, so all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. We have no items under unfinished business. So just announce the future meetings. We have a regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners April 23rd of this year, 6 o'clock in the South Maintenance Facility in the lunchroom. Regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners May 8th, 2014 at 7 o'clock here. And then on May 22nd, we'll have another regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners at 6 p.m. at the South Maintenance Facility. Next item on our agenda is executive session.
Move to adjourn to executive session to discuss imminent litigation under 2C11 of the Open Meetings Act.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Jackie, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Ori,
Aye.
Commissioner Egan,
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Vice President Riley,
Yes.
President Janner absent.